It took my wife 2 years, man. 2 years since she told me she wanted to start a YouTube page to actually do it. And I get it, you know, she wanted all the how-tos, the directions, the what-ifs and all of that stuff, but the question I asked her now that she got her page started, by the way, make sure y'all check her page out. It's called 24 Hour Mom. She do like DIY and all that stuff. It's dope. But the question I asked her is, what if you had started this 2 years ago when you said you was going to? Imagine how far you would be if you had really started 2 years ago when you said you wanted to start. And the reason I'm telling y'all this is because I've said this in previous videos. Sometimes you just gotta start. Sometimes you can't sit around trying to get all the details and trying to figure out everything. Sometimes you just gotta do it, because it doesn't matter if I sat here for 3 years and lectured you on how to start a YouTube page. Unless you apply it, unless you actually get your feet dirty, none of that stuff is gonna make sense. Anyways, I'm proud of you, babe. I'm proud that you started a YouTube page, and you can be source of inspiration for everybody watching this video. So I firmly believe that just about everybody needs a YouTube page. You know, we live in an amazing time, man. No matter what it is you want to do, no matter what kind of skill you got, YouTube reaches 2 billion people. So you can do anything on YouTube and be successful at it. But it is hard and it is difficult. But I think YouTube is so dope, man. The opportunities are endless. The fact that you can voice yourself, especially being like an introvert like me, is just second to none. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Even though I think everybody should be a YouTuber, there are some challenges. There's some dirty stuff you need to know. And before I get into the roses and sunshine and all that, I'm gonna tell you about the bad stuff too, because you know, I like keeping it real with y'all. Let's do it. All right, we got to talk about the bad stuff before we talk about the good stuff, man. YouTube is a grind. And let me start off with the basics. You know what you got to do to upload a video? You got to film a video. And if you don't have any experience doing that, I totally get it. That can seem daunting. Guess what? You don't have to have the latest and greatest of camera gear. If you have one of these, a cell phone in your pocket, any modern cell phone, this is enough to make an engaging video for somebody that watches YouTube. Believe it or not, there are several channels that have millions of subscribers that have grown to that point with just a cell phone camera. So I'm saying that to say that, you know, if you like camera gear, if you like gear period, then it's fine to go out and splurge and invest in the camera gear and stuff like that. But don't think because you don't have that you can't get started. Now the next thing, you film this video, what do I gotta do now, Terry? Well, obviously, you need to edit it in some way, shape, form, or fashion before you can upload it. That's an additional challenge, right? Because now you gotta find software, you gotta find how to use it, you gotta find how to edit. That's another challenge. And guess what? Once you finally get the video uploaded and you got your YouTube page started, here comes the first upload. You did all of this work. You invested hours into filming, hours into editing, and guess what? You upload the video and you get no traction. You get no likes, you get no dislikes, you get no comments or anything like that. It's almost like all of the work you just put in is in vain. And the reason I'm saying that is because you need to be prepared for what happens on YouTube. It's not often that somebody just starts out on YouTube and then boom, they upload the first video and all of a sudden they're a YouTube sensation. It's happened before, but those people are anomalies. And that's not to say that that won't be you. You won't be the next anomaly. However, that's the exception. That's not the rule. So things you need to be prepared for. It's gonna be a lot of work. You have to spend a lot of time filming, a lot of time editing. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes. People are gonna talk crazy to you on YouTube because, you know, people will say whatever behind the keyboard. They'll call you names. You can literally be perfect. They will still find a way to dog you out for no reason because they know you can't come after them. But you gotta have thick skin. And YouTube is just like anything else, man. If you want it bad enough, if you want to be successful at it, it's not going to just fall in your lap. You got to grind, you got to upload, you got to get it, you got to make connections, you got to think, you got to problem solve, you got to do everything. Anything that you find in any other situation applies to YouTube 2 times 5. And that's not to say that everything is all bad, but you got to be prepared. And this is what I'm trying to do, is prepare you mentally for what you're going to experience as a YouTuber, because even though you see people buying fancy cars and all that stuff off of YouTube, guess what? A lot of times you are seeing a finished product. You're seeing the result of hours and days and weeks and months and years of dedication that it took them to get to that point. So I'm not trying to discourage you, but I do want you to know the real. Now let me tell you some things that I really love about it, because I do think, especially for introverts like me, for people who aren't comfortable in groups of people, YouTube is the perfect tool. Plus, it's a lot of opportunity and you can make a lot of money. Terry, are you gonna tell me anything good about YouTube? This is where the video will get good at. So I spent the last 2 minutes telling you all the bad stuff, you know, all the challenges in the way of being a YouTuber. Let me tell you some things that I've been able to accomplish in my short period of a year and a half of taking YouTube serious. Now, none of this stuff is to brag, man. None of this is to rub it in your face. I truly just want you to understand the type of possibilities that you can get on YouTube. And I only got 8,000 subscribers, so imagine as you grow, what kind of opportunities will come your way, man. I've been flown all over this country by some of the biggest names in YouTube and Hollywood. I've been to several events by major companies where I didn't have to pay for anything, where they pay for travel, they pay for food, they pay for hotel, they pay you to do stuff. I've made, no exaggeration, probably since I got started on YouTube, in excess of probably $20,000, and that's light, you know what I'm saying? I know people on YouTube that make in excess of $20,000 per month off of YouTube. So whatever it is that you do, like me, I do like camera content, filmmaking content, gear reviews. I've gotten thousands and thousands of dollars of gear, and I continue to get that. So I guess what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you do tech content. It doesn't matter if you do filmmaking content. It doesn't matter if you do DIY like my wife. It don't matter if you do motorcycle stuff like my dude Abe that's filming this video. I'll put his Instagram down there too. You can do whatever it is that you want on YouTube, and the possibilities are endless. And for me, it's dual benefit. I don't do well in crowds of people, so the fact that I could turn my camera on and creatively get my message across, whether it's how I'm feeling, whether it's a gear review, whether it's anything, man, having the power to reach 2 billion people at any time might seem kind of scary, right? It might seem kind of daunting, but look at the bright side of that. That's 2 billion people who might potentially see your video, and sometimes it only takes one view, the right view, to change everything for you. So like I said, if you want to start a YouTube channel, do it now. My call to action for you today is, if you want to do it after you get off this video, make your first video. Your first video might be crap, it might be horrible, but let me tell you something, the more you do it, the more practice you get, the better you'll get, the more comfortable you'll get on camera, the easier everything will get for you, but you gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. I really hope you're inspired to start a YouTube page, or start whatever it is that you wanna do. Just do it and stop waiting. Time waits for nobody, man. That's all I got for you today. Peace and chicken grease. Terry Warford, I'm out. Peace.